Hi guys, I'm Adam Wilborn from WhatCulture, and I'm very pleased to say I'm joined now by the legend that is Dean Malenko. Dean, how are you?
I'm doing great this morning. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. So thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us today. So of course you were recently unveiled as a senior producer for All Elite Wrestling. Congratulations on that. What will that job entail for you?
Well, it's working with talent, trying to get the best out of talent, working with them on a nightly basis, try to get them up and running, trying to get them to understand AEW and the plan going forward, and just an opportunity to work with a bunch of young talent that I haven't had the chance to, and I'm really looking forward to that, and hope they're looking forward as much as I am.
Oh, no doubt. And now, of course, you did a similar sort of job in WWE. What was the catalyst in you taking this job with AEW? What do you expect the company to do going forward?
I was just looking for something new, something fresh, and I've known Cody for quite some time, and I never really got a chance to spend some time with the Young Bucks and Kenny and Tony himself, and an opportunity to kind of start new, start fresh at 58 years old, and get a new path in life. And so I'm excited. Anytime a challenge is put in front of me, I kind of take that and use that as my motivation. And it's an opportunity to work with a bunch of new young guys that I'm excited to see and help and hopefully get this thing going.
What's it like getting in on the ground floor of something like All Elite Wrestling? Because there's such a buzz around it in the wrestling community right about now.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. That very rarely happens. I've never actually been a part of something that's started from the bottom up, and so I'm just sitting back and just gonna have a smile on my face. And I'm just excited. I'm just excited about what the future holds for AEW, and more important, I'm excited about what the future holds for pro wrestling.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that because a lot of people have been talking about what this means, not just for All Elite Wrestling or WWE, but like you say, for the entire wrestling industry. What do you think this is going to be the catalyst for?
Well, hopefully a fresh set of eyes. There's people out there that used to watch the product, and then maybe were turned away from it from whatever reasons that may be. And hopefully we can get some of those people back. I just think it's going to open up a whole new set of eyes. It's going to open up a new audience and some old audience. Hopefully we'll come back that we're tired of this, the same product that's been happening for the last couple of years. I'm just excited. I just think it's a great time for wrestling. I think it's even a better time for wrestling fans.
No question. We were lucky enough to be in Las Vegas for Double or Nothing and the Starcast and all the buzz, obviously, around that. Like you say, it's an exciting time to be a wrestling fan. Is this one of the most exciting periods for you?
Yeah, it is. Like I said, at 58 years old and being in the business for over 30 years, and not knowing what the next day turns for me, and then the opportunity now to jump on board here with AEW and be a part of history. That was a special night for me. The night in Vegas, Double or Nothing, because I've done just about everything that I've always wanted to do in wrestling business, and here's another opportunity for me to now start anew, kind of, and watch a bunch of young guys go out there and try to make a name for themselves and try to get wrestling back on the map again.
Oh, no question that appears to be what's happening. Are you going to what elements of what you learned in WWE or, your history, I should say, as a wrestler, but more particularly in WWE as a road agent, for example, how are you going to take that and apply that to AEW?
Well, I spent 18, 19 years with them, and, I learned a lot. And the great thing about our business is you never stop learning. There's always something new coming aboard, as long as you keep your mind open. And I think I learned more than anything is just how to deal with talent, how to try to get the best out of talent, how to be there for them as a mentor, as a coach, as a friend. And then hopefully it's something that I can bring going forward to AEW and, do kind of the same thing and try to get these guys in the same mindset as the company. And the biggest thing for me is to make sure these guys have fun, enjoy themselves, enjoy the business. So when they sit back later on in life, they can look back and, smile at the career that they had. And that's really my goal, is to make sure these guys have fun and enjoy the business. You don't want somebody 20 years down the line saying, I was miserable with what I was doing or whatever the case may be. And that's any job, really. But, I want to make sure these guys have fun and enjoy and reap the benefits of what these guys are doing.
Now, when AEW came along, and we've heard this sentence said quite a fair bit with any competition with WWE, there was a lot of talk about the potential of a return of the Monday Night Wars. Do you think that's the case, or do you think this is a different environment for wrestling in 2019?
I think, to be honest with you, I think it's a little too early to even bring that up. I mean, I got stuck right in the middle of the wars, and that was a definitely fun time for the business, fun time for the fans. But I don't know if that can be duplicated again of that magnitude. To be honest with you, that's something we're just going to have to see things as they unfold going forward. To me.
Yeah, certainly from the wrestlers that I've spoken to, competition seems to be the most important thing, not just for fans, but also for the industry to keep evolving.
Oh, of course, it's like wherever there's a McDonald's, there's a Wendy's and Burger King within a mile. They all sell hamburgers, but they all have different customers. And really, that's really what it's about. It's you were just giving an opportunity for the audience to choose and pick who they want to watch, what they want to watch, and it's just another alternative out there. And it's a great time. It's a perfect time for me, for a company like AEW to kind of step forward and kind of take the reins a little bit.
Now, you have a fascinating insight when it comes to the business through all your various experiences, of course. And one thing I was desperate to find out from you is, when it comes to putting together and laying out a match in WWE, what sort of input do producers and wrestlers have compared to a road agent or whoever?
Well, I mean, everybody's different. I try to give, if I'm working a particular talent, I try to give them a blueprint of what I might think might work, given just my vast knowledge of the business and my experience. Doesn't mean they have to, listen to that. It's more of a teacher, coach type of deal where, I'm just helping talent, get the best match possible, try to get these guys to get over with the audience. Just really try to open these guys' minds, maybe give them an alternative to look at. I'm not one of those guys that you got to do this, you got to do this. I give them an alternative. I give them my opinion, and hopefully my opinion weighs a little bit after 30 years of being in the business. But I'm really there just to help these guys, to be honest with you.
What must it be like when you hear all these different wrestlers say that you are their inspiration, especially someone to the level of Daniel Bryan?
It's flattering, it's extremely flattering because, again, I think it's just something that keeps getting handed down through the years. Like I said, the guy that I watched as a kid was Tony Charles. Maybe Daniel Bryan as a kid watched Dean Malenko, and that part of the business will always continue. It's interesting to have guys come up to you that have been in business for 20 years and then telling you, when I was a kid, and I'm like, that makes you feel a little old. But yeah, I'm flattered by it, and thank God there's still guys around that remember what I did or what I did as a contribution to the business.
Oh, you gave an incredible contribution to the business. Speaking of which, there's so many different things that you did in the business that, like I said, inspired people. But for you personally, what were some of your highlights? I know, well, I would assume that one of them surely would be being named the number one wrestler in the world by the PWI in 1997. That must be an incredible achievement.
And yeah, well, that was until I found out I was the only one on the ballot. Yeah, no, that took me by surprise back in 1997. But I've been real fortunate to have some great matches with a lot of guys, and I've been very fortunate to have been able to have like two separate careers. I worked in Japan for 14 years with three different companies, and then I came over to the States and again worked with three different companies here in the States. So I've had a very fortunate career, and very blessed, and I'm very thankful for everything that I was able to achieve.
Who are some of your favorite guys to work with, both as a road agent and then also working within the ring as a wrestler?
Well, of course, I mean, I think everybody would figure Eddie Guerrero would be number one on my list. And he is. Besides being one of my closest friends in the business, even to this day, I don't think anybody can hold a candle to Eddie's work. Eddie was so incredibly gifted and talented, and just had a real knack for what we do. And Eddie was a night off every night we got in the ring together. And I truly sit back at times and think of those moments that I had in the business. And guys like Eddie, guys like Rey Mysterio, I was able to have Rey's first match in WCW, which was really neat. I know even the guys now, they can look back and say they got a chance to work with Tommy Billington, Dynamite Kid, who's another great wrestler, just died recently, and I got an opportunity to be in the ring with him, which is awesome. And so again, I've been really blessed as far as having the opportunity to get in the ring with a bunch of extremely good wrestlers and business guys, and it's just been a lot of fun.
Now, as I said, you're an inspiration not just to current wrestlers, but to up-and-coming wrestlers. For any aspiring wrestlers listening to this interview, what's the one piece of advice that you'd give out?
Quit. No. Don't give up. Take the word no out of your vocabulary. I was promised when I was in 1980, I was supposed to go to Japan for the first time. I think I was promised 15 different times. I think I was all the way up to actually had a ticket in my hand at the gate, and that got pulled back, and I never stopped. I never let anybody tell me I couldn't do it for my size or whatever the case may be, whatever the excuse may be. I never took anything as an excuse. And if anything, somebody telling me that I couldn't do something motivated me. I try to take whatever negative it is and turn it into a positive. And 30 some odd years later, I'm still saying no. I still think this could work, or whatever the case may be. But just don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on something that you really want that you think there may be something there for me ahead.
Final question, and I don't want you to get you in any trouble with the guys at All Elite Wrestling, but final question: who are some of your favorite current wrestlers that you love to watch?
Well, to be honest with you, the last 18, 19 years I've been a little busy, so it's been hard to watch other guys out there in the independent circuit. I talk to guys here and there. I got an opportunity to watch, on YouTube, Kenny Omega for the first time, trying to study what he does. Extremely gifted performer, and he's somebody that definitely turns heads and got a knack for what we do. But in WWE, there's always the one guy, and that's AJ Styles. AJ was the one guy that was always, for me, I always try to look at guys like what guy would I want to be in the ring with and work. And AJ was always that guy for me. Wish we had that time, but I'm a little bit older, and that probably wasn't going to happen. But somebody that I really enjoyed watching as a performer.
That is great to hear, Dean. It's been an absolute pleasure to chat to you today. Best of luck with your future, with the future of AEW. It's a very exciting time to be a wrestling fan, and no doubt to be involved in wrestling yourself.
Yeah, it is. Thank you very much for the time. Really appreciate it.